Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of my 2022 backpacking gear video series. In this video, I'll be talking about all of the clothing that I plan on wearing and packing for the 2022 backpacking season, including my thru hike attempt of the Tahoe Rim Trail in California and Nevada. So let's get started. All right, so I've got all my clothing lined up here on this table. Let's get started. All the way over on the left, so what I'll be wearing every single day for hiking on the bottoms are a pair of full-length Old Navy leggings. I wore these on the Camino. These are the most comfortable leggings I have ever found. They're 87% polyester, 13% spandex. They're so soft, they feel like cotton. Unfortunately, Old Navy doesn't make them anymore, and I have not been able to find a comparable pair, but I do still have 2 pairs that are going strong, so I'll be wearing that on the bottom. I really like to hike in long pants, even if it's hot. I like the compression aspect of them. I like that they protect my legs from sun, that they protect me from brush and bugs, and I just find them to be very, very comfortable in hot or cold weather. For my top, I'll be wearing this long sleeve Columbia. This has got some SPF protection in it. This is essentially the same shirt that I wore on the Camino, but it's in a different color because it's a newer one. Again, I love wearing long sleeves for sun protection. If I get really hot and sweaty, this dries very quickly. It's super breathable. It's got a, does it have a vent in the back? Maybe my other one had a vent in the back. I think this one, yes, this one has a vent in the back as well. And this is called the Omni Shade. And I just love to have the sun and bug protection. Also dries super quickly. Underneath my top, I'll be wearing either this Ex Officio sports bra. It's super lightweight and fast drying. I ordered a alpaca wool sports bra and I didn't like it. It was itchy. So I've now ordered a smart wool sports bra and we'll see if I like that one more. As my underwear, I'm bringing 2 pairs, one to wash and dry out and the other to wear, of this Icebreaker merino wool underwear. I'm transitioning to a lot more wool than I've ever worn in the past. For a warm kind of mid-layer hoodie for sleeping, for being around camp, I have this Appalachian Gear Company long sleeve alpaca wool hoodie. I love this thing. It's super lightweight. I think it's like 10 ounces or something. It's very warm, stretchy, cozy. Yes, the alpaca is a little bit itchy, but I find that since I'm layering this over top of other clothing, it doesn't bother me, and it's gotten softer and softer the more I've worn it. If it's very, very cold, I have my down puffy. This is an REI Co-op puffy that's got a nice big hood. I purchased this on clearance and I really like it. It did get a little hole in it when I was camping this past summer. It actually snagged on a bathroom door in a bathroom at a campground, and I did a pretty crappy job sewing it back up, but I think the job is well enough to keep the down fill in there. And I've discovered another use for this down puffy. I used this in Utah when I was camping because it was cold at night as almost like a down blanket. And so I just loosely draped it over me underneath the sleeping bag, just up over my shoulders and kind of snuggled under it. And it was an extra down layer. And I really enjoyed using that in that way for sleeping rather than actually wearing it, because I'm more in the camp of thinking that fewer layers when you get in the sleeping bag is better. I know that everybody has their opinions about that. You have to figure out what works for you, but I like to have this loosely draped over me so that I'm not sort of constricting and getting, you know, tightly inside of it with the sleeves on my arms and everything, and possibly not staying warm in my sleeping bag. Moving on to socks, I will be hiking in my favorite Injinji toe socks. These 2 are the synthetic kind of cool blend. I love the colors of these. Also, my tried and true wool ones that I've worn for years, they changed the wool blend on it, and I don't like the feeling as much on the new ones. And the older, just noticing that this is kind of fraying a bunch on the inside. I'll have to investigate that later. The older socks that I wore on the Camino and wore for many years before that, one of the pairs has a hole in the big toe, and I don't really know how to darn a sock. I might figure it out at some point, but I'm gonna go with these. I've worn these on some hikes and they're very comfortable so far. For my shoes, I'll be taking the Ultra Olympus. This is the same shoe that I wore on the Camino, but a brand new pair. It's very dirty from my last camping hiking trip. And I have new insoles this time. I'll be taking the Atrex insoles. I think this is the trainer type of insole. It's got the metatarsal support, and I've worn these hiking so far, and they're very comfortable, and my feet have not gotten sore with them. So I'm hoping that these will be really good support for my arches and for the metatarsal. For camp shoes or water crossing, or if God forbid I need to take my shoes off and hike in something else, I'm bringing my Zero sandals. These are the Z-Trail, Z-Trek, I can't remember the exact name of these. I've had these for years. The tread is starting to wear a little bit just by the heels, but I believe that these still have many miles left in them. Moving over to rain gear, I have an Outdoor Research helium rain jacket. This is a newer purchase for me. It's super lightweight, really excited to have that. I also have my ultralight rain skirt, which just connects with a Velcro. I love this thing. I use this on the Camino. I do not like rain pants. They make me really sweaty. So I'm going with the rain skirt. It also can be multi-purpose because it attaches by Velcro. You can spread the whole thing out and use it as a ground cloth or a cover for something. I'm not really a hat person, so the only hat I'll be bringing is this super lightweight Brooks. This is really like a running hat, and it's got a little, I believe it's got a little hole in the back for a ponytail. Maybe not, maybe that's just a vent system. I need to figure this out. But I'll be bringing this probably not so much for sun, although if I find that it's useful for sun, I'll use it. But I definitely want to have it in case I need to wear my bug net, and I need a little brim for the bug net to hang off of so it's not directly in my face. So what will I have on my head instead? I will have my tried and true buff. I'm going to bring my Camino buff to just have some nostalgic inspiration from when I walked the Camino. I purchased this along the way when I was walking the Camino. I also am going to bring this brand new alpaca buff. This is from Arms of Andes. I really like this. It's very long, but I think it will be good for cold weather and if I need the neck protection in addition to the head protection. I really like for this buff to cover my ears, my forehead, the top of my head for sun protection. It's also a great piece of gear to dip in water and put on your head to cool you off if it is really hot. I never hike without a buff. And if it's really, really sunny, I'll be taking my ultra lightweight umbrella, which I will show you in another video. For my head, if it's cold, I'm bringing this Smart Wool 250 beanie. This thing is super comfy. And I have ordered an Outdoor Research down beanie that only weighs 1 ounce since I'm moving to a sleeping bag with no hood. Somebody had suggested maybe getting a down hood. I didn't really love the look or the thought of a down hood, but I found the Outdoor Research down beanie, so I've ordered that. I'm going to give it a try. I also forgot to mention that I will be bringing Dirty Girl gaiters. I just ordered a new pair with adorable little foxes on the design. I had a very bland gray pair that I can't find anywhere. I've dug through all of my gear boxes and I don't know where they are. I'm sure they'll turn up at some point, but I wanted to have a cuter design. If it is cold, I will bring these North Face gloves that have the capability of using electronics. I did order a slightly lighter pair of Outdoor Research gloves. I'll see if I prefer those over these, and then I'll just make the call on which ones I want to bring. For sun gloves, I'll be going with the Buff brand. I ordered these online. They are incredibly lightweight. I also like that they have this little hook for helping to get them off. I went back and forth about whether or not I wanted sun gloves. I didn't have sun gloves on the Camino and had tons of exposed sun sections, But I have heard that at Tahoe, because the elevation is so high, the sun is very intense, and people have told me that they've gotten sunburned in ways they never have before. So I decided to go with the super lightweight ones. Moving over here to a couple of kind of camp and then extra clothing items. I am going to pack this pair of Columbia titanium hiking convertible pants that zip off into shorts. These are also of the Omni Dry line. They don't make these anymore. I've had these for, oh my gosh, probably 15 years. They're incredibly lightweight, very comfortable, and I went back and forth about whether or not I wanted to bring these, and the reason why I'm bringing them is because I know I will use them. So at the end of hiking, when I get into camp, I really need to take my leggings off to let my legs breathe, to dry out my leggings. So I'll be putting these on for camp time. I also can use them as a second layer if it's cold, as a second layer if there are biting bugs, like there might be at Pictured Rocks on that trip in the summer. And I also can use them as shorts for swimming. I can use them in town while I'm doing laundry and eating at restaurants. So I definitely will use these pretty much every single day. And then same thing for a top for all of those things I just mentioned at camp, so that my shirt can dry out in town. If I need another layer, I'm bringing this very lightweight merino wool shelf cami. And I chose the shelf cami because my bra can also dry out and I don't need to wear a bra with it. And even though I don't really care that much about wearing a bra when I'm out on trail, when I go into town and I go into restaurants, I don't know, there's something self-conscious there. And so I'm going with the one that has the little built-in shelf bra. Moving on finally to my sleep system, I have another pair of the Icebreaker wool underwear. These are just for sleeping in, so they stay dry and clean the entire time that I'm hiking. I have my absolute favorite possum down socks. I ordered these a few years ago, I think from Z-Packs. And I was going to bring these on the Camino, and then I realized that these would be way too warm for the Camino. I didn't end up bringing them. I have used these since on camping trips. I took these to Utah, and they keep my feet so warm. I love these things, and they're super soft. And if I need to wear them around camp at night, I can as well. For my sleeping clothes, I'll be bringing this mid layer. This is minus 33 merino wool. It's got the kind of like jogger, more cinched bottoms for the leggings, which I really like that style because if I need to wear these at night around camp, I can wear them under this really comfortably. And then I also have the long sleeve top that matches. This is the minus 33, 250 degree merino wool top, and both of these are incredibly warm. So that's everything in my clothing kit for my 2022 backpacking gear. If anything else crops up, I will let you know. And like I said before, I will do a final video right before I pack up to fly out for my first backpacking trip where I show you all of my gear laid out and without any detail, just telling you which items I have. So stay tuned for that. I think I said this in my last video, my base weight is just at about 18 pounds, which I'm really happy with. If you have any comments about any of this clothing or suggestions or ideas for me, please let me know down in the comments below. Thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned for part 3 in which I'll be showing you my kitchen setup, my sanitation system, as well as my water filtration system. I will see you in that video next. Have a great day. Bye.